and welcome to Nerdsplaining Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Da Silva. With me, as always, my co-host, Jose Romero.
Greetings, salutations, nerds around the world. We are back, better than ever, or we're just drunker than ever. I don't know, maybe.
I mean, we're doing it midday, so a little day drinking never hurt nobody.
Day drinking. I took little naps. I'm still my head's like in that mode, like.
I mean, it's a good way to spend a Saturday.
Like awake and sleep, you know what I mean? It's very weird.
Oh, I waked in something else, but not sleep. But yeah.
But we're here. We're doing it. Not a big week or big couple weeks, but there's a huge finale. Well, not so huge. That's just a bad word. There was a finale.
There was a finale
a couple days ago of Peacemaker. So we're going to take a deep dive into the season and particularly the last episode. Kind of divisive from just hearing the chatter in the ether for the most part.
All right.
Yeah. But that said, we'll get into it. I guess it's not a lot. We'll jump into Peacemaker at the end. But I know before we start, you have your new podcast that's been released recently there, Eric.
That's right, guys. If you're a fan of the Nerdsplaining, this half of the Nerdsplaining, and you're a dad, which most of you, I'm assuming, are, Bad Dads podcast, which is available at Bad Dads Pod on YouTube. Check it out. It's me and my co-host Plug Chapman, and we are two comedians, and we're talking about just dad life experiences and opinions on like what's going on with our lives now, and how do we handle stuff like dating and being a comic and being a dude in the context of like setting an example for our kids, usually a bad one, or trying to date someone and inevitably ruining them because we are who we are, or giving really bad advice for people who need better advice. Like, don't do our advice, do the opposite by hearing what we did and go, oh, I should avoid that at all costs. That's the podcast for you. It's like the anti-lead by example. That's what it is. We're the scared straight of parenting. How about that?
Scared straight. That's a reference. I don't think a lot of people are gonna get, unfortunately.
Son of a gun! Did they stop the program?
I mean, well, they may have. I mean, I don't know, but I haven't heard anybody do a show or see a show about the scared straight or whatever, documentary or whatever you want to call it. They need to, though, man. You think it's time to bring that back?
No, it's not, because the minute I found out that they couldn't touch me, it all failed. Like, I was scared until I was like, oh, you mean they'll never lay a hand on me? Okay, let's do this. And I was a jerk the whole time through. And all it taught me was you have to be smart about your degeneracy. That's all it taught me. It's like,
well, at least you learned something.
I learned, and you know what?
As long as you learned something.
Never been arrested, so I got something right. It didn't scare me straight, but it made me meticulously evil.
That's a good thing. I guess in that sense, it just came in my head. Prison Mike from The Office was the last time we got scared.
Yeah, you're right.
Kind of thing. Yeah,
Well, SNL has that sketch where they have the three guys and the prison guy goes, "Let me tell you something." Like, that's those. Yeah. So when Keenan does it too. Keenan, it's always another like part of the star. Yeah, there was a kind of semi-scared straight of it all. So
it's in
the ether. It's in the ether.
It's out there. It's just not scared straight.
Right.
Title. I was way back in the day too. That's an old reference.
I thought scared straight was like a bad version of like gay conversion therapy. Like, we scared you straight. Not what that is.
That's pretty good. Marvel.
That's more bad that's talk than Nerdsplaining talk. Let's go back to Nerdsplaining.
Scared straight. I saw Zombies, which I hadn't seen when we
started Marvel Zombies
stuff. Was it 4 episodes, right?
4 episodes.
It was fine. It was good.
I
enjoyed it. It was fun. It's just, it was okay. It was good, solid, for what it is. For animation, it's fine. It's not X-Men, obviously.
Right now, if you liked What Ifs, that's the standard.
Yeah, the same kind of thing. Exactly. Yeah. They're just one-offs or whatever, season offs of this and different universe. I enjoyed it. I didn't love it. That was cool. I mean, I don't know. Just kind of waiting for this new phase of Marvel to kind of usher in whatever that is, good or bad.
Right.
Hopefully good. All this stuff that now I'm like, I'm just like, it's not much to do with the quality of the show. It's just I'm bored is the right term, but just kind of nonchalant about my Marvel right now.
I agree. And I'll give you a great example. I recommended Marvel Zombies to someone who kind of checked out after Endgame.
Okay.
or I would say Spider-Man No Far From Home. That's when they kind of checked out. So they're watching it and they're like, I don't know who any of these people are. And I feel like
Oh,
that
okay. No,
was
that's true.
the biggest
Yeah.
indictment of the
Yeah.
show is that I don't know who any of these people are. Like, is that Hawkeye? Yeah. Was that half of Captain America? Yes. But like
Yeah.
everyone else was like, I don't know. And I'm like, that I think
That's
that's
that's a fair point. I think yeah, you're right. The casual fan won't get much out of this for the most part,
absolute,
right? I mean,
absolutely.
Shang-Chi was all these characters which come after, which we've seen one time maybe,
Some people know, like,
uh,
yeah, it's like,
or just in a show sometimes.
yeah, yeah. So like, it's cool that you have like Thor shows up and Wanda is
Of course.
overall, but like a lot of people, like especially episode one and episode two, a lot they were like, I didn't know who any of these people are, so I didn't know who to feel. And when I was like, oh well, Zemo's bodyguard, that was U.S. agent from Thunderbolts. They're like,
Nobody
who?
knows that.
And I
Yeah,
was
no
like,
one knows
oh
that.
my god, like
Yeah.
it hurt me, but I was like, that. I
But
think
I
the
think that speaks to where the fan is at, the casual fan is at
yeah,
with just with Marvel and DC, all that
yeah,
stuff, right? I mean, DC starting new, so it's a chance for them to start from the beginning.
sure.
But DC, I mean, Marvel's it is weird. I think I'm really looking for Dooms and all this, not because of the movie itself, just because I think it's going to turn the page
Yeah,
to
and I think
something I think we can get
X-Men
more excited
is
about.
going to be where going to be
Correct.
get people back into it,
And
and
that's
kind of,
what I'm
yeah,
hoping. Right, that's what I'm
yeah,
hoping for. I did hear a rumor about X-Men being I think that because the release slate is out in terms of the dates that they've secured to release films. Marvel
right.
has. The one on May 5th, if I'm not mistaken, '97. I hear that's the X-Men slate for
Ah, okay.
whatever, which is I believe the first film after
After Secret
Secret
Wars,
Wars,
right?
right? So that could spell the beginning of whatever it
Sure.
is that we're gonna get. I guess. I mean, that's not confirmed, but that's just what I hear, which I think will make sense. Because I don't think going back to a Thor or whatever, what an OG one makes
Yeah,
sense, or a new character nobody knows about. People know X Men, but not that version, but they know X Men,
and
and obviously they'll introduce them or whatever, maybe potentially in Secret Wars or set them up.
in a way, you have to say almost a weird way, like new MCU, who this X-Men, and that's basically you got to come in with something like that feels like it shouldn't belong, but it's brand new because we haven't seen them for years. There
Right.
you go. There's your big intro done.
And that's the thing. So yeah, because like I said, I hope Doom is good, and we'll hear more about it coming along. They say the trailer may drop. I don't know if you and I mentioned it. Maybe it didn't.
No,
May
we,
drop
we have
with Avatar. Okay, may drop with
that's
Avatar. I
right.
heard that. I guess that makes sense. It's still far away, and I think the Super Bowl makes more sense. To be honest, I know.
I
Listen, I get Avatar's gonna make a gajillion dollars because that's what Avatar does.
Which, by the way, still,
You know,
I struggled watching Avatar 2. I don't understand how I made a gajillion dollars. Again, it blew my mind.
people love it for whatever reason. I mean, listen, Avatar is a theatrical experience,
It
right?
is fair.
Forget the
Yes.
movie, forget the movie, the content of the film. It's just something you just kind of have to go see in theaters to really experience what it is, right? The story aside and whatever. I mean, I like Avatar 2. Avatar 2 was great. It was fine, right? It was good, solid,
It's
whatever.
fine.
But again, just visually, it's you don't see movies like that, and you want to see it in the big screen. And I think maybe that's the draw, I guess. I mean, it has to be because story wise or whatever, $2 billion. I mean, come on, it is what it is. But it's clearly it's a
If
driven
you would have
out.
told
I
me,
mean,
if you're going to told me one of the biggest money makers in the past decade was going to be Last of the Mohicans meets Space Smurfs, I would have told you you're
you're
crazy. And
crazy.
yet here we are.
Here we are, and both of them. Man, I get the first one because it was the
First one
3D.
was, I will say,
It
because it was so. Even though
was
the plot was incredibly, I mean, listen, I've gone on rants before about the fact your metal's called unatanium. Go fuck yourself. Like
right,
unatanium, really? That's what you're calling it?
which he stole that term. We talked about that. I think.
I know. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So,
but yeah, yeah.
but like it was such a visual new world experience, and with the 3D, which I will say in
Yes,
my opinion really helped sell because it wasn't out, it was depth in. It made you
correct.
feel so immersive. I was like, this is
Yes,
great.
yeah.
But the second one, I kind of felt like it was just retreading water, which is my worst thing I hate the most about sequels, is just doing the same thing, but like now we're gonna it's this but with water. I'm like, oh,
Right now it's fire. I mean,
yeah.
whatever. Listen, but it's gonna make a billion
But
dollars.
it worked. But if it's working,
Listen,
who am I to say? Yeah.
it's of course. Listen, if you're a studio, duh. I mean, it
Yeah.
just You do them until you run into the ground, right? Maybe this was the one that doesn't make $2 billion. It makes 1.5.
Sure.
Okay, that's
But
not no, there's
listen,
no shame in that.
if a
But I
movie
get,
makes
but I get
one,
it.
if a movie makes 1.5 billion, and the trailer that everyone's watching is the X-Men, you're guaranteeing a nice chunk of
What's I'm saying?
people.
A lot of eyes are on it, so I get it.
Absolutely.
Although people can see it online. I mean, the moment when it's dropped, people will climb into the computers and watch it on YouTube when
Right.
it comes out, whenever that is, right? And maybe it's only a theatrical only, which I think is what they should do if they're smart.
Yeah.
Theatrical only trailer, like what Nolan does in
Right.
the beginning, because then you actually go. It helps them because Avatar is Disney, so people want to go watch it maybe just for
Uh-huh.
the trailer. We've heard that before. People have done that
Yeah.
before. They'll buy a ticket for Avatar. They don't care if you stay for 2.5 hours. You bought the ticket.
That's it.
King. You
Uh,
watch the trailer, and there you go. But I was gonna heard about one of those. I'm not sure. We'll see. But if that's the case, it's pretty soon. So we're
Do
excited
you
about that.
think it would be like truly a, because like for example, the Odyssey, Christopher Nolan, that trailer showed almost nothing,
Of course.
but it was more of a vibe, a feel of what.
A feel. It's a teaser. It's a true teaser
Right.
in every sense of
I
the word. Yeah.
I would hope that we get Avatar gives us the vibe teaser, and then the actual trailer is on Super Bowl because you could do
That's
that.
what I'm thinking. Yeah, that you
Right.
can definitely. I think 'cause I'm guessing the first trailer is going to be some voiceover, maybe show a couple of scenes, but that's really about it. Not give you a lot, and it's coming. Then the big doomsday May
Right.
2026, whenever it is. I think we're gonna get something like that. I
Okay.
think we're gonna get a lot, a couple of visuals. Maybe at the end we see Doom real quick. We hear Robert Downey Jr.'s voice, stuff like that. That's what I'm thinking. That's what
Right.
they should do. Kind of get you going, right? Little, get you a little tease, get you all wet, get you
Sure.
excited, then move on, little foreplay, if you will. But yeah, the Super Bowl will be the one I think they would drop, that they should drop, whatever first trailer, however you want to call it, whatever the 2 minute trailer, the first one. We'll see. Supergirls, I heard the same thing about that in dropping in a few months.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I mean Christmas time has become a big time for movies.
It has.
Christmas
It
has
wasn't.
become
It
almost
wasn't
like the new
always,
summer.
but
Not always, no. Now it's like
and
the
it
new
should have
summer
been.
almost.
It's always, to my opinion, it's like you have everyone on vacation
Of
with
course.
time,
Right.
and you can only take just like Thanksgiving is a great time for movie theaters because
Yeah.
you need a break from your family. Same thing at Christmas. You need a break. You got stuff to do. Put a movie out there, like a movie that everybody wants to see, and you're just doubling your income because it's not only
Of course.
it's right there, man.
And people will go. It's proven in the last 4 or 5 years, people are going to go in droves in December.
Absolutely.
Not a big. I mean, I think Avatar. I think did not come out in December.
Yeah, it came
Last
out
year,
December as
right?
well. Okay.
December or party. So and $2 billion.
Yeah.
So it's possible, and this one will probably do the same. Who knows? But yeah. So, but speaking of movies, Tron came out this weekend.
Full disclosure, I have not seen it
I mean,
yet.
I've seen it, and I guess I don't think there's a lot of fanfare behind it, which I get. I didn't realize the first. Well, let me rephrase. The sequel came out 14 years ago or 15 years ago,
Wow.
2010 or 11. I didn't even.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was thinking 2015 on my head. And when I got home and I started doing a review, I looked it up real quick. I'm like, God damn, 2010. Wow. So surprising.
The young Jeff Bridges face does not hold up.
No,
No.
I like old man Bridges, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Listen, the
That's
reviews
because you're a
haven't
fan
been
of the Big Lebowski. Like you like the dude abides face.
the dude. I mean, come on. Although he does come out here looking like the dude, at least talking like him. But listen, I saw this early last week.
Okay.
The reviews have been mixed on this at best,
All right.
and yeah, I agree and see that point of view. The obvious out of the way. It wasn't gonna say, "Oh, the soundtrack is great." Yeah, true.
Okay.
There's visuals. It's a visual feast.
Fantastic.
Agreed, 100%. The visuals look nice. When I saw the two shots they showed us at Comic-Con, it was
Right.
looked great. Looks awesome. Big screen, of course. All that's great, but the story is just it's just so meh. It really is. No emotion anywhere. The characters
Oh, really?
one-dimensional. Nothing's really there. It's almost felt like Terminator. It really was like everyone's just that one girl. I forgot her name. The Asian girl who's one of the main characters, and she's being hunted down by the Tron, whatever the programs from
Right.
the grid. One being Jared Leto, who now at some point begins to save her from the other one chasing her down. So it's kind of Terminator.
Okay.
It's kind of vibe when they're chasing her down all the time. it was just fine, dude. It was just I don't know. Like I wouldn't say I wouldn't go as far as say I was bored because there's some cool scenes in there. Like oh shit, that
Right.
was cool, and the cycles and all that. You know, the disc and all that. That's cool shit. It really is. It's cool. But it's just noise if the story's just not there ultimately.
Right. Right.
And the
Right.
ideas are there, right? AI is a big thing now. Oh my god, that's there. Those concepts are there. Just nothing's fleshed out. It just at the end of the day, it becomes Evan Peters, trying to make money for the military. We've seen that 1,000 times and
Sure.
whatever, blah blah blah. And the other side not clear why they want the technology. We don't even know, and it goes on. Jared Leto's fine, but I keep seeing more videos. Yeah, it's visually, but it is very nice to look at, dude. I'll give you that.
So soundtrack great, visuals great, story meh,
Stories,
mid as the
man,
kids say.
mid and maybe below mid. It's
Ooh.
fine. Listen, but I'll say this: if you go watch it, I don't think you're gonna be bored.
Well, that
Even right, even if you don't
saving
like it.
grace.
To be fair, if you're gonna
Right.
go watch it, you just want to see something cool shit on screen, you're gonna get that
You want to kill an
for
afternoon?
whatever that's worth.
That's
Right, 2 hours. I don't think you're gonna come out. This movie sucks. It's terrible. You may, but you might just say, all right. It was 2 hours that passed by, and it is what I was entertained to some degree. It's just
so.
not great. But I thought it was better than the last. The last one I really wasn't a big fan of. To be
I got
honest
to
with you.
tell you, I did see. I didn't realize the movie had come out yet, but I did see Jared Leto at the premiere. There were photos and videos of him at the
Oh,
premiere,
okay.
and I thought it was one of those things where it premiered and in 2 weeks it was going to come. I didn't realize it was this
Oh,
week.
gotcha. Gotcha.
And what I didn't like was at the premiere they had one of the Primus bots or the Prime bots,
Okay.
and it's like doing like martial arts in front of Jared Leto and everything. And in my head, I'm like, tell me you don't know what the future is without telling me you don't know what the future is. And it's putting a Primus bot in front of Jared Leto and telling people like, huh? Someday we're all gonna have a C3PO who tries too hard. So that is, I was like, this is not it, guys. Like Tron is all about. To me, it's not about the future in terms of mechanics. It's the future in terms of like energy, like hard
Okay.
light and that kind of thing. So putting a robot there doesn't mean Tron to me. Like if you had like a suit that glowed, I'm like that's Tron. And
Gotcha.
so like I was like there was a lot of people trying to spin what Tron could be. And I'm like Tron is always about the game or like
Mhm.
the digital effect of the world. So if there was sort of like if they would have done a hologram of Jared Leto against Jared Leto, that would
Oh,
say
okay.
Tron to me. You see what I'm saying? Like
Gotcha.
it's
Okay.
about light
I got
and visual and energy. So I already feel like just in the marketing of the day of the red carpet was already off in terms of like
you.
what you're trying to sell. Like that robot at like a Transformers premiere, a little bit more like okay, a Terminator premiere, absolutely not
Yeah.
a Tron. And so I feel
Yeah.
like
It's.
that's
I don't.
that's a little discrepancy of the branding, or kind of get me or a
I
red
just don't
flag of
think
like, what
they
am I
know what
looking at here?
they don't know what to do with this kind of franchise. They really don't. They took the
Right?
most
Yeah.
cool something so much potential and put in the most generic box you could,
Hmm.
just so you can see some cool shit on screen.
Yeah.
And that's the second was not like. I know the first one's not great either. It's cool and it's ahead of its time, but what
Yes.
it set up, what it promised, was really interesting.
Yeah.
And the last two, I just completely failed on that,
It,
and just try to give a cool shit with a cool soundtrack.
I
Just
think
I
I
tried
was about to
soundtrack, and
say
the second was good.
all they learned was like our soundtrack has to be a banger. That's all it
Right,
is.
and it
So
is. And the second was a banger to adapt
yeah.
that. This was really good too. But yeah, that's what they want. They just okay, let's put something on the screen. This movie is not gonna do well. I'll be shocked. I don't see how to make another one, which I'm fine with. Really, and there's
I,
no fun. The try should be fun. Am I wrong
Tron
here?
should be fun,
It should be
man.
fun. It's like oh, have a good time, smile. Oh, and it's just nice. I don't know. They just dropped the ball. I don't think they
I,
really know how to make a good Tron movie.
I feel like Tron, in a world of AI and VR, that's what Tron should be, AI and VR. And the fact that we're making it like you're having them come into our world, you're taking away about what it is. Like it'd be great, it'd be better, in my opinion. It'd be just, and once again, I haven't seen the movie, but just from what you're saying and everything else, it'd be better if there was thing where like, remember the movie They Live with
Right?
Rodder
Yeah.
Pirate, right? It'd be great if when Tron invaded, you could only see the world through VR glasses. So there was like a world on top of our
Mm,
world. And
gotcha.
so you're sort of like the real world. You would see like people like just get zapped or knocked out. You know what's going on, and you put the VR, and you're like, oh my god, there's this whole other thing going on. And so it's like, how do you function in a world where it's two worlds overlaid and one is trying to take over the other, but you can only see one by. That would be kind of a fun way to incorporate both. And I don't that it doesn't they didn't look like. I'm assuming that's not what the
No,
movie's
no,
about,
no, not
right?
even
So
close. Yeah, not even close. Because I think that the what do you want to call them? Whoever is in the grid, they're still controlled by humans ultimately.
right,
And it'd be more interesting if they were becoming again. We're in a world of AI. This is what we're all
right,
facing, right?
uh
We've
huh,
been talking about it in every facet of business or whatever, anything else in general, even acting. We for the right
sure. There's an
actors and whatever.
AI actress that's
Oh, you're
available.
right. The whole
Which,
thing
by the way,
looking for
I,
agents.
I'll just say this: fuck that actress. Like, forget it. Like, actors are real unless you pay for the likeness of an actor to be CG to someone else. No, like,
That's
remember
like a
Hulu?
whole converse. That's such a long conversation. But
I
I'll
know.
say this. I'll get to it in a second. That's maybe worth the discussion. But I mean, it feels something like yeah, that AI coming to our world and maybe trying to take over and do like what you said, overlay a world which we
Right.
think when a reality almost like Matrix, I guess would be
Yeah.
some way. That would have been so much interesting. But again, you have a guy controlling these people who he programs to come out here just so he can create a military. It just doesn't work.
Right. It doesn't.
It's not fun. It's like you don't need the grid. Just create programs that come like or robots or sentience or
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it. It's okay, and there you go. So what's the difference? It's almost irrelevant. So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, the whole actress thing, man. And I think that's a generational thing. Me and you in old school. And I think a lot of people complain, oh, the actors though old school.
Yeah.
I don't think the young folk coming up will care if the actors aren't real. I really don't. Because they went around. They're not used to that. And they're not used to a computer. They're used to AI. They're comfortable with it. They know it's coming. They're more acclimated to that and seeing these with deep fakes and all that stuff. To them,
Right.
it's normal. For us, we want to see the actor, and and they're wrong. They're not ready yet for a complete CGI character on screen in terms of real life. But
Right.
eventually, we know. Look at this girl in the last 10 years. Imagine 10 years from now, it's going to be crazy, ridiculous.
It really is,
I
and
think
it's a bummer.
yeah. I don't think people are gonna care. I really don't. And I think it's gonna take that one movie where someone's gonna take a chance on one. God forbid it does well. And you know how these studios go. Monkey see, monkey do. Oh, they paid no money in salary. Look, they made $120-300 million. I mean, do you don't think they'll do the same thing? Of course they
I
are.
mean,
Of course
obviously,
they are.
obviously, it's
Right.
going
That's
to.
what I'm right. That's what I'm saying. I think inevitably that's going to happen at some point, like it or not. But if they can make it look that good, are we gonna care? I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, I'll care. I like it, but
I mean,
I'm
like I said,
also, I
I want to
like.
see, like, I want to see it before I pass judgment. Maybe it's like, dude, get out. It's not. Or maybe it's like, God damn, dude, I can't tell a difference, so I don't even know, or whatever you want to say it. Like, if they were smart, they would do it and not even say that it's AI. Just so, because if you tell me it's an AI film, you're gonna be sitting there looking particularly
Right.
for what's wrong. Oh wait, oh no, wait, look at. If you don't say a word,
She's got 10
can
fingers.
yeah, can people? Yeah. Oh look, my fingernails too short. I wonder if people would if they can't tell a difference. People are like, oh shit, that was AI. That would be mind blowing and become a little more acceptable.
I'll tell you this.
But they shouldn't. And I honestly think they should not say anything. I mean, like have like a bunch of real actors and just one AI one. Maybe like a supporting actor, not the main one, obviously, because no one's gonna know who that person is, but someone
Right.
like that, and see people notice, and then spring it out. Say, oh, by the way, that was what? No way! Oh my god! And then like studios be like, well, because listen,
We did all.
you know how this is, man. It's a money game, right? It's what they do, right? Show
Sure.
business.
Sure.
Why pay Robert Downey Jr. $100 million that can create a CGI character for peanuts, right? I mean, like it or not, it is what it is, right? And I think you and I'm more against it. I'm with you.
Right. Like,
I don't think the young generations coming up are really gonna give a fuck.
you got to understand this, Jose. Like, whenever I watch a Planet of the Apes movie, I'm always cheering for the humans. Like, that's how pro-human I am. I'm like,
Damn
fuck
those
these
dirty
monkeys,
apes.
fuck these AIs, people,
No,
people.
I'm with you, and I get why Hollywood's up in arms, and it's understandable. But I think it's an uphill battle for them. I think it's inevitable at some. Maybe not in a lifetime. Who knows? Maybe in 30 years and 40 years.
That's
It's
still
going
my
to
lifetime.
happen.
I'm planning on hanging out for a minute. So
Okay, man, fine.
the cusp of the end of my lifetime, yeah,
At the
sure.
cusp, right? But I think at some point, I think that's the way it's gonna go. I
Yeah.
mean, am I wrong thinking that? I mean, I don't know.
I
Maybe.
feel like there's going to be an attempt for that,
For sure an attempt.
and
It'll be a attempt in 5 years. Let's not kid
oh,
ourselves.
and I think there's going to be a massive shift against it, and then slowly it's going to find some sort of medium about it, which I think what you're going to see is a lot of the older actors who are not going to be able to hold up. They will license their movie catalog for an AI version of them to
Mm-hmm.
be created, and they'll reference all their
Like it's
emotions and
yeah,
all their
right.
movements, and they'll have a whole character generated from that. Because that's all AI is just compiling
Oh,
from
of course.
resources
Right.
to create a
Exactly.
thing.
Exactly. And but
So
and that's a good way for let's assume that's the way it's gonna go. Okay, well, these people who are the models or whoever inspiration for the
right,
characters, you can still pay them a little something on the side. It's a little way to make money. I mean,
it's like
some.
how like certain actors license their likeness to be in like
Yeah,
action figures of video games.
of
It's gonna
course.
be like it's not the
Yeah.
likeness. You're like in a sense it will be the likeness because unless they're gonna do a point by point creation of like Robert Downey Jr. They'll do some other person that's like it's like Robert, but it's got a little bit of like another actor that allowed us to merge this thing and create this new. And I fear the literal like detachment of like people make stuff to now we're gonna license people to create stuff that we won't let the people do, and I'm like that's a big bummer. That's
It's
for me.
I agree 100%, but I just you have to just like look at it and say okay, and this is where it's going. I mean, at some point, with 50 years, 100 years, whatever, at some point, that and it just takes one movie. It just takes a one
Yeah,
studio,
yeah,
a small studio,
sure.
with the nutsack to ante up and do it and say, listen, we're gonna do this, and who knows? People may just be curious enough to go watch it just to see. Okay, let me see what if this is possible.
You know what's gonna be
You know,
worse? Is gonna be worse? It's gonna be a brand new studio that's gonna look at A24 and call themselves B25
exactly, exactly, and then boom, there you go, and all of
or
a sudden,
B42 because
yeah.
42 is the answer to everything. So
42. That's
B42, and that's
and
there.
sold. But I think it's inevitable. I think we're gonna see that, and we're all gonna watch it just out of pure curiosity. Pure curiosity. You want to see it, and
It's
if
like
you have
watching a car accident. You want
right,
to
it's
see
like
how bad it gets or
right,
how
so, okay,
right.
or whatever. Okay, I gotta see this. Okay, let me see. Is it worth it? I just out of curiosity. Can it be as good as real life? I don't know. I want to at least see if it's true,
Yeah.
right? And then jump on it because that's what's going to happen. People chomping at the bit to tear that down the minute. Look at that, the eyes and the
Uh-huh.
uncanny valley. Oh my god, the emotion is not there, and they're just waiting for it so they can attack it and maybe nip in the bud.
Yeah.
And the studios will listen to it. The studios are like, no, it didn't work, or it did work, and then saving us a bunch of money. Okay, and
As I said, I did it. It is show business. It's
show
business.
business, it
Bottom line.
is, and I would surprise me if anyone does it first, it'd be like something like Netflix.
You think Netflix?
I think a streamer, because it'd be cheaper to do, there's less risk, and people I think will accept it more if it's a Netflix film or AI. Okay,
See, I know who I
you know
thought.
what I'm saying?
You know who I
Like
thought might go
it's easy to
first.
go.
I thought it was either going to be Amazon or Tubi.
Maybe that's what I'm saying. One of the streamers is going to do it. I
Right.
think Netflix is more like out there in terms of they'll take more risks and do stuff. But so I think one of them may jump on and say, let's just experiment. It's not a theatrical release. It's at home. Let's see how people react, and then boom, right? That's what I'm thinking.
I feel like Amazon doesn't let people take bathroom breaks and have to pee into cups, and so they're so anti-human to begin with that they're going to be like, you know what, and our
Maybe
movies.
you're right. You
And
may absolutely right. Could
the
very
new
well be.
James Bond is all AI. It is a
Maybe.
combination of all
Oh
the
my god.
Bond they have.
Could you imagine that? That'd be interesting. That'd be
That's why they bought the catalog because they want to make their own
that
Bond.
now talk about ballsy. I would applaud that, to be honest with you. Like you got the balls, right or wrong. You had the balls to put your like just go all out there and say James Bond's gonna be. Oh my god, it'd be. Listen, no. Was it bad publicity? Is good publicity or no publicity? Whatever it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna get a lot of eyes. Now I have to go watch Bond because I
Uh-huh.
have to
Yeah.
see. Right? They might hate it, but they're gonna go watch it, and then people are gonna spend money. Right? I don't think it's a wise thing to do, but ballsy, man. I'll go watch it and get positive reviews just because they did it. I really was like, you know what? Kudos to them. Looks like shit, but god damn it, they put themselves out there, and why not, dude? I mean, whatever. And Marvel can do it too because I guess CGI is almost like Is CGI like AI? Is that the same thing?
No, it's
Kind of.
not,
I
because
mean,
you're
kind of. No.
you're
Okay.
creating it just for the
Okay.
motion, not for
Okay.
the acting. And
Okay.
so the actor's still selling. It's just for physical limitations. We don't know how to do this in real life, so we've created
What about
CGI to
motion capture? Because like Avatar, right? That's they're not
motion
real.
capture is just still there. They're just overlaying.
But you can
And
do an AI to overlay movement.
no, but AI is there's nobody there, and you're just telling you what to do, and it does it.
No, but I'm saying like you want something like just Avatar, and we know it's motion capture, and it's not
Right.
AI, but it's a fully CG character, right?
Yes.
Emoting, emotion, all that there, right? It's all
Right.
there. In the same vein of if we were to create the Avatar as pure AI, it's what is there really a difference between it still looks
It's
like that?
tricky, right? Because
It's tricky, but
right, because it's motion capture, but there is an actor and the
you
actor's
know,
likeness overlaid on that.
right? You can take someone's like, I mean, I don't know. I guess that's possible because you can program it to do whatever the
Yeah.
movements of human movement, all that, mimic it. So I don't know. But again, that's Avatar. Those are blue characters. They're
Yeah.
tall smurfs. That's
Like I
not
told you,
humans.
like
It's not humans, right? Yeah.
they're Mohican
Right.
space first. So yeah,
Right. Exactly. But I think that's another way to do it is introduce it in that way.
I think that's what.
I
Remember when
guess.
they did this the full CG version of Final Fantasy the movie?
Right. Yes.
So like I think something like that. If you said we did AI animation,
Maybe.
maybe
Right.
there's a,
Maybe.
but even then
Yeah.
once again, I'm already pro human, so human animators as well, and a lot of the animation are going to be super pissed. Like
Oh, of course.
the
Yeah.
head of DC Comics, Jim Lee, which is one of
Yeah.
the greatest comic book artists of all time, said as long as he's running DC, no AI art's going to be used. So like that is also another big
Sure.
contrivance because
Exactly. Yeah. The graph. I mean, but that's again, that's inaudible. Who are we kidding? I
you,
think. 'Cause
I'll,
I think
I'll
Netflix came out
I'll tell
recently.
you I'll tell you where AI is going to benefit from porn.
Oh, 1,000%.
You could do AI
Easy.
porn and
Oh
no
my
one's gonna
god.
bat an eye.
No one's gonna give a fuck. At the end of
No
the day,
one's
they're
gonna bat an eye.
not.
I'll tell
For
you what.
sure.
I'll tell you what.
100%.
I'll make it even worse. People who have photos of ex-girlfriends naked are gonna make OnlyFans of the AI version of their naked girlfriends.
You know what? And I don't think we're far from that.
That a
Am I wrong?
hundred
Right?
percent
A
I can see
hundred
happening.
percent. Yeah. Or any girl, you can just okay. Here's a picture of her.
Right.
Generate something for me as
And
and
now
yeah.
I'm gonna make 6 digits a month off the AI version of a bunch of my
For
ex
sure.
girlfriends.
Well, you
Yeah,
just said a company that does this, and we'll do it for you.
yeah, and do it
Yeah, I
for
mean,
you. And
there'll
now,
be. I mean, I don't think it would likeness stuff. They're allowed to do that, but
well,
I don't know.
you smudge facts around. We gotta use a little bit of this and that, and that's
I mean,
just.
I guess it depends. I don't know legalities of it. No clue where
Yeah,
you
I
can
mean,
do that or
you
not. I
like
don't
you can
know,
even
but
have you pay this company to create your ex girlfriend in an AI form, and it's your personal OnlyFans girlfriend that you get to watch
if it's just for you, and
just for
yeah,
you. Like, and
but
that's another option as well. Listen, this
yeah.
is $1 billion idea, Jose. We gotta cut
Oh
this
no,
out of
you
the
know what?
show. This
That's
is
but it's
us.
not a bad idea. And that you're right, 100%. When it comes to porn, nobody is.
Nobody
They,
cares.
nobody
They're all
cares.
degenerates.
Yeah, there's already anime porn for that
Yeah,
matter. So who we're kidding, right? They don't give a
yeah.
fuck. They don't know these actors. They just want to see,
Like,
TNA, and
like,
here you go.
do you miss your ex girlfriend? Are you also into centaurs? Guess what we just did? We made your ex girlfriend a centaur, and she's down to fuck.
You make an AI version of you. You can watch yourself if you're so
I mean,
inclined.
yeah, it's a
If you're
better
so
looking
inclined, I
version
guess.
of you. No love handles for
Whatever.
her. Yeah,
Exactly. All right.
back is fine.
Uh,
No tricky knee. Yeah, fuck it.
that could,
Yeah,
but that may be the gateway drug into the AI into the Hollywood world.
that could be. I mean,
Start there,
listen,
and all of a sudden, they go, oh wait, make you real actress.
porn has dictated the growth of technology.
That's a fact.
Blu-rays is all because of the porn industry.
That's
But
it.
we've
Well,
got
even at the beginning of VHS tapes, I
VHS
that's
debate. Yeah,
so
absolutely. That's
porn became porn
porn.
because of tapes. It used to be on
That's
theaters.
exactly. So the wherever porn goes, technology follows. So I
That's true.
mean,
That's the forefront of that. That's a good point. Absolutely, you're right. So we'll see. But that's it.
by
That's
the
a
way,
different,
this has
different
been the
conversation.
weirdest nurse planning you've ever
It
done.
really has been the strangest nurse spinning, and I love it. I really have. It's okay. Let's focus up. Let's get back on track. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh, actually, no. One more thing before Peacemaker, real quick.
Okay.
The Wonder Man trailer dropped today
Yes.
all day. Weird time to drop it, but it dropped.
Actually, you're right and you're wrong. It is super early compared to all the other Marvel shows they've been promoting.
Well, it's like the day of the week. I'm sorry, like day of the week, like a Saturday. Usually, it's Tuesday,
Well,
Wednesday.
actually, it came out. It came out
Well, the
Thursday.
teaser came out, a quick teaser, but
Right.
not. But why do again tease it for 2 days later to drop the real
No,
trailer?
but it's not supposed to come out until December, which this puts it at like almost 2 months or two and
No,
a half months.
this is a good. As far as the time of the release, like 2 months out, whatever, it's fine. I'm
Right.
just talking about on a Saturday
Oh no, I
afternoon
get
at
that.
1 o'clock,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
It was weird. I think it was like 1 o'clock
But
or noon.
what I'm saying is, I think this is how much faith they have in Wonder Man, because every other show they've promoted like maybe 45 days, 25 days before it's supposed to air.
No, we gotten trailers before from shows that
No,
worked out.
recently, like
I mean,
Zombies,
but
Ironheart,
zombies
Spider Man,
wasn't
they,
zombies
they
wasn't
they've been
exactly.
very much like almost like 30 days the most
Well,
away from it.
I'll say this. For me, I'm looking at it as like I get why they gave us a Saturday at 1 o'clock because this thing looked bad.
Really,
Like
I like.
let's assume you didn't put Marvel in front of it.
Uh-huh.
You have no clue what this is, right? Or not even like a superhero show or whatever the case is,
Sure.
right? You're hiding something or there's something else they're gonna show. Obviously, you need to bring that out. It's just marketing, right? Because he's a
Right.
character no one knows about,
Right.
right? At all. Most people, the casual fan, who's one of them? Okay. They look at it and say, okay, what is this? Is this a superhero? This is Marvel, but I don't see anything superhero related in this show whatsoever. And that's not a good way to sell a superhero show.
But they're also being very meta about it, about what it is
They are kind of
in a
like,
world where we're over superheroes, and they're selling this idea with the reboot of it all. I really, to me, you know what it made me feel like? The Studio with Seth Rogen on Amazon.
no, of course, no, yeah.
And to me, I was like, oh, this is like The Studio, but for superheroes. There was a show on HBO called The Franchise that felt like The Studio, but it didn't do as well as The Studio did.
Yeah,
And I
it
feel like
canceled.
this is The Studio. To me, without knowing if it was Wonder Man, I was like, oh, they took The Studio and The Franchise and they're doing this like hybrid of the two. This looks cool because I like The Studio and I liked the franchise. I want to see this. So for me, even if I didn't know it was going to be superheroes. I was actually really interested about the meta message of like the franchise of superhero in general and what it means to the public and how they are literally calling out what they're doing in a world that is sort of ours in the same about being over superheroes, about the mid superhero,
I can
and
appreciate that,
that
but
and that to me is why I like this so much. It's like this is cool.
but I seen the studio and I seen the franchise.
Right. I
This is
get it.
not it's not new. It's not new to the genre. So I'm like, okay,
But
so
the
again,
franchise didn't hit the level the studio did, and I would like to see a franchise type show do what the studio. So to me, I'm like, oh, maybe they figured it out, and that to me is enough to at least get me to watch the first episode because I'm like, maybe they
I
figured
mean,
it out.
we're gonna watch it, but I'm just again, this is not the way to sell this show.
You know
At
what?
the
I
end of
think
the
it is
day,
because it's so
I don't
different.
think because people. Let's put it this way: when I give it full fledged superhero, people really watch it. Who we kidding? The ratings are terrible for Disney. It's just shit.
Right.
And you putting forth your best effort. Here you're putting a shitty effort and expect to be get watched.
I
That's
don't
not
think it's a shitty effort.
quite.
I think it's doing something
Studio
different.
Studio wasn't greatly watched. The numbers dictate they're quite the opposite.
You're actually right. It was
It
not
was just
greatly watched.
critically acclaimed.
Yes.
It's a prestige kind of show, and it deserved it. It was great.
Right.
But no one's out there. Oh, this studio. Let's be honest.
Right.
This is a Marvel show. Let's assume you are at the studio. Fair enough. Nobody watching that one plus. No one's gonna watch it in Disney. They're just not. And that's got more style power in terms of studio.
Yes.
So this is what I'm saying. Saying coming from the marketing standpoint, you want your show to succeed. I don't think showing us what they showed us was really the right way to, good or bad. It doesn't matter. It could be the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Right.
There's a lot of things I think are fantastic. No one's ever fucking watched.
Fair.
Shawshank. Nobody watched that fucking movie.
Right.
Nobody.
But it found its life when
Afterwards,
VHS.
and that was when
Right.
that's exactly what I'm saying. You're trying to sell something with Marvel, right?
Right.
You're in a bad funk. You're to watch your stuff, and this is gonna be a character which they may use down the road. I don't know if they're setting it the right way, but not even making it seem like it's a superhero film. It's making it seem like the franchise, which got canceled,
Right.
and the studio, which was critically acclaimed. This won't be a studio. Who we're kidding? And it wasn't greatly watched.
I bet you. I bet you. Because it's starting so early, as the trailers go on, they will reveal that it is much more superhero than meta commentary on superhero.
They're
movies.
gonna have to, but you want to do it at the beginning. The first impression. It's only one first impression. We've seen a lot of theater movies with bad trailers early, and sure, it's a great trailer, just never recovers. People are just tuned out. The casual fan will see it once, like, not interested. and that's what I'm saying. As a first trailer, they should just like all in. This is what the show is, and then maybe get into the meta stuff as you go forward and say,
I
"Oh, I thought it
see.
was gonna be this. Now it's this,
I
but not
feel
superhero."
almost the opposite way. I feel like this is a great way to make people go, "What the fuck?" And then when the next guy goes, "I thought, what? What's this? That's not what I thought," and making them have these logic leaps are like, "Oh, cool!" So it makes them expect more than they generally did. So to me, I like it because it's not what you expect that it'll
No,
eventually become.
I'm with you. I'm just saying, from you want to, these shows have to succeed, right? And they
Of
just do.
course,
And that's this is not how to succeed. It's like showing an Avatar trailer, not showing like an Avatar.
right? Okay, I
That's
see.
basically what they're doing, right? Avatar gave what did they give? Avatar gave you the same shit I've seen 1,000 times, but guess what? That's what makes $2 billion,
Sure,
and we're gonna get another 20 more of these until
but
proven otherwise, right?
But here's the thing, because I feel like the idea of this the idea out in the public ether right now is that superhero movies are struggling. It doesn't really so in that case, don't sell it as another superhero. Sell it something else that
It's
reveals.
hard. It's hard when you're Marvel. It
Yeah,
really
of
is.
course,
It's
clearly.
hard when you're Marvel, and
So
that's what I'm saying. I don't think they're showing the ability to do anything beyond what they normally do. And I don't think Wonder Man is a property to say, "Hey guys, I just don't." That's not it. This is not it. You give me a different kind of Spider-Man movie or Thor or something, taking that character and putting in something unique. Okay, Captain America, right? Captain the second particularly was an espionage film,
right.
more so than a superhero film for the most part,
Well, it
right?
should have
That,
been. It
or
wasn't.
should have right, right. But that's what I mean. But he took a character we knew and saw, and now putting him in different kind of
Right.
genre. Batman was more grounded, different, right? As far as
Sure.
the Begins, Dark Knight versus what we saw with Schumacher and the
Hmm.
Tron show. That was something different. You can do stuff like that with someone who's established, and there's like, oh, it's this. However, we're changing up a little bit with a character that you know and grown to love. I don't know Wonder Man, and after this, I still don't know Wonder
I know Wonder Man
Man.
because
I know
I'm
you
that
do,
nerd.
right? You
And
do
let
that
me
guy.
just
But I'm
say,
saying,
I really enjoy. I put this. I even showed the trailer to my daughter. My daughter's 16 now. Showed the trailer to my daughter, and after it's finished, my daughter goes, "That's not what I expected." And I was like, "So I go, so what do you think?" And she's like, "I'm actually kind of interested because it's not what I expected." And I was like, "Now, mind you, she is a MCU. She's not a comic book fan, but she is an
okay,
MCU. She likes superhero movies, so that's in her wheelhouse.
okay.
But she asked me questions. I said, I'm not going to tell you. If you're interested, just be interested until the show starts. But and then afterwards, I can give you deep explanations about
Right,
I'll
what it
nerd
is, and
explain all the stuff. But
sure.
you being interested is all I need to hear from you, and that's cool. So I felt this already, and when I showed it to her, I was like, I wonder how a 16-year-old girl is going to take this. And she was like, "That's totally not what I expected, but that looks really interesting." And I was
Would
like,
you would your daughter have seen it, the trailer, if you didn't show it to her?
"No, she didn't know it was out until I showed
Exactly,
her the trailer."
exactly my point. Right? It's a lot of kids who are on the phones. Their parents are not going to say like you, who are deep into the lore. Say, "Hey, look, Wonder Man."
Yeah,
Just kids are going to say, like, "Eh."
but that's
Oh,
more of an exposure thing, like because she didn't even know. It didn't even like pop up. She just scrolled past it. It hadn't
that,
even hit in
that's
that
what I'm saying,
world.
right? It's this is I think you want to push this character. This is going to be a big part of the MCU or whatever they're going to do with this. I don't
Right.
know what they're going to do with this, but again, you got to come out guns blazing. That's what I'm saying. Come guns blazing. Show us what Wonder Man is. Get you like, oh shit, interesting. And the next trailer is just saying, oh, so it's a superhero, but in a different vein, different
Right.
whatever, the meta. Okay, Danny introduced that part of it. I think would be a smarter move. Because by the time the second trailer comes out, whatever. And if you haven't seen the first one, then you're going to get typical superhero shit in the second one.
Right.
Right? So that's the problem. But listen, the show could be really good. And there's not a referendum on the show. It could be a great show.
I will say.
It could be bad. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe.
I was a little bit bummed out that they didn't get Nathan Fillion to be the OG Wonder Man,
Yeah.
especially because they showed him the poster in
Yeah.
Guardians. But they got a guy who looks a lot like Nathan Fillion.
And I mean, I think everybody was saying Nathan Fillion for a long time. It's
Yeah,
the nerds wanted to see the nerd casting, but whatever.
sure.
But no, for sure. But the show could be really good for all I know. It's not quality the show, just the trailer itself and what they gave. That's the only thing you can judge it on ultimately. But I hope it's good. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, whatever. And again, it's Marvel. It's still pre-Doomsday or
Sure.
whatever. So I'm still not like,
Hey,
maybe.
well, once again, it does come out in December, and you're gonna be with your family. Something to put on. Boom.
something
There
to
you
put
go.
on for sure. Something to put on, so it's not a bad time to release it.
Right.
You can see Avatar 20 times and go watch this after, I guess. So,
I,
uh, how does this Avatar do it? It only $2 billion. You're watching it once. They just don't.
there's a repeat viewers. There's a repeat viewers. I'm just
That's what I'm
saying.
saying. It's a lot of return viewership. That's the only way to make $2 billion. That's I don't get it, but whatever. Fair enough. But anyway, let's talk about a show which did finish, which we did talk about, which we were liking a lot.
Yes.
At least liking whatever.
Alien Earth.
Peacemaker.
Oh, sorry.
Well, that's a good show. But Peacemaker finally ending its episode run. We both were really liking the show. I think we were at episode 6. I think last time we spoke about this.
Yes.
No, actually, no, episode 5. Because
Oh, yeah.
episode 6 was the reveal.
The reveal of the
Nazi and all
Nazis,
that,
right.
right?
Uh-huh.
Which we kind of you had brought up in terms of alluding to what was going to happen.
Right.
Cool episode. I thought the 7th episode was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I love the 7th episode. Was great.
Dude, I was surprised how much I liked it. And
Yeah,
to the point that I was like, this could be the series finale, the season finale, and I'd be good with it.
No, for sure, 100%. And that what they did with the father, I thought was really interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you because you're thinking, oh, he's part and he's not. I love that angle. I really did. Which more shocking when they killed him off. I was like, oh damn, okay, fine.
Oh, yeah, and the fact that it was Vigilante that did it too. I was just like, oh, geez,
you have to kill him off, and you still feel something for like 2 seconds that he spoke, like 2 minutes. That was really good, really well done. I thought that was great. I like and the setup even, I guess the whatever.
Captain Triumph's brother now becoming sort of his arch enemy, sort of.
He's Roy. He's from The Office, and he's mad because Pam left him. Still, I don't care what he says. He still has a grudge. He's trying to find Jim out there. He's trying to find Jim. He's going after him. But that was really cool setup. And I after seeing the finale, I kind of wish it ended episode 7, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I was not a fan of the last episode. I was really disappointed.
Was a fan of the 7th episode.
That's interesting. It's very divisive. I've heard more bad than I never heard good. I've heard okay, and I've heard a lot of bad. Even before I watched it, I'm like, it can't be that. Let me watch it here. An hour episode, cool. I'm close to it.
Sure.
James Gunn should shut the fuck up sometimes. And then I call my buddy James. I'm still good.
Yeah, I know you know him very
can
well.
Can you
travel together all the time?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, well, this. And he came out and said, "Oh, the biggest cameo is coming out the end." Those are his words.
Right.
No. No, I thought I saw it. No, I don't know where. I don't know what after the cameo. There was no cameo. It was really weird. Cameo. So that was kind of threw me off because the whole time you're waiting for it.
Right.
Even the end. Okay. Oh, here. Oh, end credits. Okay, it's okay. What the fuck happened here? I don't get. I guess he was talking about Lex Luthor, but that wasn't the end.
But that was episode 4, right? That he showed up.
No, it was 7 or 6. I think it was 6.
Okay.
So, but it's not the end of the season, right? He said end of the season. That's also his words. That's why. Right. It was really weird, and that kind of really threw me off. It wasn't bad because it wasn't there. It just kind of threw me off because I'm the whole time waiting for the shoe to drop. Oh, we're gonna see Lobo, whoever, whatever, anybody, name some big. And he said it was a big cameo, like a big one. So that was weird. But yeah, I don't know, man. This had the Marvel effect for me. The only exception that the first 7 episodes are better than what we get to see from Marvel, right, as a whole.
Okay.
But usually Marvel kind of tanks that ending. I mean, they're already going downhill, and then the ending just kind of. This one gave us a Marvel ending to an otherwise good show. I don't know. It was so undercooked. Too much, not enough setup, and it needed one more episode to really bring this home, and to give us a finale like that on the show, which probably won't get a piece of season 3, is egregious. It's completely egregious.
So I have to disagree, and I'll tell you why I disagree. I'll tell you why. Mm-hmm. Calm down. I really liked the Abadiah's speech to Peacemaker about who he is as a person. I felt that was something really needed for the season. I felt I really wanted to see what happened on the party boat, and we got that extension of it. And I really liked the moment where Harcourt admits to Peacemaker that it meant something, and he got his little victory dance. All that was 100% necessary. I
Oh
felt
yeah,
like
and
that.
those things work. Those things work for
Right.
sure.
Though, now there are some stuff there that's comic book accurate, like the Salvation Dimension. That's comic book accurate.
Sure.
There's actually a mini series where it's all, including Lex Luthor, are all thrown into Salvation, and they end up fighting essentially Darkseid's forces. So it is a backdoor intro to Apocalypse and Darkseid. So when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, cool! This is how they're going to introduce Darkseid to the bigger. You know, if the theme of Phase One of DCEU is gods and monsters, this is how you introduce the monsters or the gods part of
Excuse
it
me.
by doing this. The fact they introduced my biggest problem was they introduced Checkmate as like an independent organization. Well, Checkmate is, even though they're making Argus feel very checkmatey, I mean, Argus feel very Shield-y.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Checkmate is more the Shield of the DCU. They're the deep spy organization. They use the superheroes to work behind the scenes.
Okay.
So having them be sort of like an independent contractor, almost like Archer, like a spy for hire organization.
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
was like, that's the part I had the biggest problem with, was like taking Checkmate that should have been this thing and making it this other thing. Now maybe they may get like grandfathered in or inducted into, like, listen, we're shutting down Argus, we're making Checkmate the thing. That I could see working, but I had a little bit of problem with that situation. I was actually watching it with someone, and they're like, I can't believe they're finishing the show on a happy ending, because
No.
the first Peacemaker ends with everyone sort of like dealing with the repercussions of what they did, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially with Adebayo outing her mom. You're like, oh man, everything's upside down now. So seeing them on the party boat the second time while listening to the theme song band from Foxy Shazam, which, by the way, I did not know Foxy how they look like until I saw them, and I was like,
Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't know like either.
yeah, and I was like, wow, I've never seen a harder rocking bunch of theater kids than I have in my entire life here. But
That's
good on you guys.
it's a
It,
classic late '70s, '80s look for
yeah,
sure.
it is a
Yeah.
catchy song.
Yeah.
I'm it took me a while to get into it, and now I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I really do like the song. So I thought it was really cool, sort of like showing them listening to the song. Great, but the ending when they got Peacemaker through the dimension, I was like, this is the ending we should have had. And I felt like, if anything, this episode should have been tighter than as long, because we didn't really get anything out of the length of it that could have been told shorter.
100%.
Like the last episode that was 30 minutes, that should have been the 57-minute episode. And this episode should have been the 30. It should have been real tight. Like, here's our resolutions set up for maybe season 3 or in the movie, peace. And that should have been it. And I feel like the time breakdown is what hurt it. Is that this episode should have been tighter, and last week's episode should have been longer.
It felt anticlimactic to some degree. To some
It,
degree.
it, it felt
Yeah.
meandering just because of the
Yeah.
width of it. If it was
Yeah.
tighter, if they would have just had him getting bailed out of jail, him having the talk, and then having him get picked up by Flag and their own universe, that's all you needed to make this episode work.
Yes and no. I mean, it didn't need to be tighter. I agree with that. It was too long for what
It was
for
too
what they
long.
gave us. It was too long for what they
Right.
gave us, right?
Last
For
week's
sure,
episode
hundred
should have been
percent.
67 minutes. There should have been
Yeah.
a big fight. There should have been,
Yes.
if you
Agreed.
wanted a cameo, how crazy would it have been if you would have seen Ultraman as the Nazi universe's Superman?
Yeah, that would have made sense, and that would have been a time. Yeah, you're right. The camera should have been there. I mean,
Right.
I guess Lex Luthor was maybe he worded it wrong. He did word it wrong. If that's the case, because he said last episode that was his words.
Right.
Whatever, fine. It was cool seeing Lex Luthor in episode 5 or 6, whatever
Sure.
it was.
It was. It was
Um,
generally cool.
No, it was very cool. But I mean, yeah, it's not those opportunities there to really hone in on something else. We didn't get it. But
I would have loved if one of the doors was cameos from the DCEU.
that would be kind of, I know we didn't do that, but that'd be kind of funny. Like you saw Henry
Like,
Cavill there or something. I
or
know.
Henry Cavill, or you
Like,
could have
if he was a
Shazam and
cameo, oh
you
my
could have
god, come on.
Shazam and Blue Beetle there, or something like
Or
that. Like,
something.
and they close the door. Like, no, you don't want to go there. Like, that would have been great. And
That would have been cool. Kind of symbolic. Close the door on him. We don't,
absolutely,
that would have been kind of
absolutely.
cool. A good make fun of itself. That would have been a good opportunity. I mean, whatever. I'm not gonna hate that they didn't do it, but that
Right.
would have been really cool. Yeah, I don't know. It's like the checkmate thing. I don't think that was earned enough.
It they
Like all of a sudden,
couldn't.
it's like, oh, here's an idea that they never talked about. You know, the Adebayo never talked about anything like
Right,
that, and all of a sudden, oh, checkmate. It's like, whoa, okay, and everyone who jumped ship, okay, why are you jumping ship? We never had that moment
right.
where I think, oh, they disagree with Rick Flag was doing. I mean, we knew they did, but it was never expressed, and there was no conflict between
Wouldn't it
them.
be better? Wouldn't it be better if they outsmarted Argus in something else? And when Argus realizes that they got cornered, they would have told them checkmate, and that would have been the setup for like the organization being called checkmate. That would have been
Yeah.
something. Or if they're in the middle of like trying to establish an organization and they get drafted by checkmate, that's another organization. Like,
Yes, that would have made more sense, right? Them
right,
creating it, it just didn't make any sense. And it's weird because like they even go to Peacemaker, hey, we need you, whatever, whatever, whatever. And I'm thinking, oh, they're gonna go stop Rick Flag or whatever they're
right,
doing, and they just need him to move chairs in an office. I'm like, did you really need him for that? You know what I'm saying? It was kind of weird. It's like,
right.
okay, where's the fine? Okay, Chris is ready to go. Oh, I moved the furniture. All right, thanks. You know, we need you know those big guns of yours, I guess, to make an office. It was weird, right? I thought they were gonna do something interesting. Like, oh, he's back. He's gonna kick
Yeah,
some ass. Because I would like to have seen a scene because he was traumatized after episode 7, right?
yeah,
And rightly so. And that was
absolutely.
wonderfully handled. In the beginning, how he feels great, right? It's a character study in him,
Right.
and have that. Yeah, they have the speeches, but maybe not quite hit. Maybe he goes because he has to. How you want to do it? But then when they really go off to fight Rick Flag or try to stop him or whatever, and he shows up and he's saving people as opposed to killing them, and helping realize that
Ooh,
oh,
ooh,
I'm not just a man who destroys everything. I have
right,
purpose here, and because of me, that's a good cathartic way of really him coming to grips with who he really is, and as
right.
opposed to what he thinks he's doing. That will make sense, and we never
What
got
if
that. You know?
it would have been great if they bail him out and they're trying to think about what are we going to do next? Checkmate makes an offer to them, and they say no, and then Rick Flag does what he does to Peacemaker, puts it in the dimension, and they Checkmate's like, we need your help.
We need your help. Right? There's something that
There's
purpose there
something
for
right. So
that.
that's one organization versus another, all because of
Right, that's what
all.
I'm saying. Oh yeah, when they
That
go
would
try
have
to
been
help, yeah, try to go to help. Rick Flag throws them in there, and they're
right,
gone. They lose, and oh, we need someone else. Oh, hey, checkmate's con. You can have
right.
another, you know, Nick Fury kind of character,
Sure,
whatever
yeah,
that was. Checkmate. Hey, you guys want to join, or can we join? Oh, whatever. Right.
yeah,
So that's what I'm saying. That was not handled right. I needed an extra episode is what I'm saying. It was just too rushed to really build that up, right? To get us checkmate and to give Chris that real
yeah.
catharsis, like, oh, I'm not just destroy everything I
I
touch, right? And they need more. And even Rick Flag, I didn't think he had anything against superheroes at a certain point. Even in Creature Commandos, that was not his thing. That
right.
was weird. His motivations were weird, and snorting coke, and he was doing coke. That was just
Honestly, for a minute,
odd.
I thought that Lex Luthor had put his brain inside Rick Flag.
But I would have taken that.
Right?
Or there's something to him, or
Right,
whatever.
because like he's
Mind
literally
controlled
laughing
him,
with
right?
all Luthor's
That's what I'm
employees while
saying. It's
men
like
are dying. I'm like, that doesn't feel like the Rick Flag
that's
we introduced.
that's it was weird. It was like the best and worst of James Gunn all in one episode, right?
A little
And that
bit,
was just
yeah.
it was just kind of like what's going on? This is not Rick Flag who we knew of. Rick Flag, Creature
But
Commandos
even
is in the ethos of this
yeah,
universe.
even when Harcourt was like, General, I mean Rick, he's like, what? Like he didn't even care about that. I was
Yeah,
like, either you've been playing the long con the whole time and this is who you really are, or something's happened to your brain. It's one of the two. I don't
yeah.
know.
It was just so misplayed. It didn't make any sense, and there was something there again. It happened so quickly. He's just like, oh, now he's anti-hero and wants to block him. That wasn't his plan. I don't know. It was odd. You want
Right.
to fuck over Cena? I get it, but that wasn't what he was trying to. I said it wouldn't appear that he was trying to do.
Right.
It was. Hey, so that was rushed. Checkmate was rushed. Chris's thing was rushed, and the you're right, long episode. They didn't give us almost too much stuff. I love the conversation between her and her wife. By the way,
All right, great.
I thought that was a better conversation
That
than the one that she had with Chris.
that absolutely. You're
Great,
absolutely right.
great,
By the way, the
fantastic.
actress who plays Adebayo, like she
She
killed it
killed it.
this episode.
She
Like
killed it.
no
Absolutely.
notes for her, top to bottom, fantastic.
She was great, and I had moments in there. It's just again, this needed 9 episodes. It really did. I kind of just rushed it, and the way, and then if there's no Peacemaker, this is the way you end it. Like I don't know. You could have not put Chris in there and still shown us the world and teased Darkseid or whatever. Or he
Right.
could have put another superhero in as a test any
Yeah.
metahuman, just stick him in there. Oh, I'm gonna test this out and not have it be Chris.
Yeah.
I thought would have been more interesting.
Yes.
Poor Chris is kind of cheap, and Peacemaker's not a movie guy. He's not. I mean, I guess he kind of is, but I guess. But he's. Where do you go from here? Like, is he gonna come? Like, gonna go after him? That's a Peacemaker season 3 problem.
Right.
Right?
Or at least
You know
a
what I'm saying?
reference in the new Superman movie, because they said this series is setting up Man of Tomorrow. I mean,
Right.
Man of
Right.
Tomorrow.
I think it's gonna be, and this is Lex Luthor. Like, okay, he's partnering with Superman. Like, if you did put Lex Luthor in there, that would have made more sense.
Yeah.
Maybe Superman needs Lex Luthor's help, and that's how he gets him out. I don't know. We can do something like that, and that what do they call it? What was the word called? The world, the
Oh, Sanctuary.
sanctuary. Okay. That would have been the point of setting that up. Still have the sanctuary, have him need Lex Luthor going and getting him out. Rick Flag puts him in there because Lex Luthor is the bad guy, right?
I'm sorry, Salvation.
Salvation. Correct. Yes, that would have made more sense. But it's just a weird. If we're not gonna season 3, is kind of a weird way to end it. We would have again Roy out there. That was never really. I mean, if Roy would have come back in the last episode, I would have taken that.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it would have been predictable, but I would have taken it. Okay, he didn't die. You set him up. Maybe he's trying to come. Or at the end saying he's trying to make it back. That could have been, I guess, the cliffhanger for potential season 3, maybe. But I don't know. Nothing was really resolved at the end of the day. I don't, and that's why I'm disappointed. Like I said, it wasn't awful. It wasn't like the worst thing I've ever seen. But it was disappointing.
I liked it, but I can say the Rick Flag of it all was very
that was weird, man. That
weird,
was like,
and I didn't know how to feel about it.
Yeah,
and I felt like they had a little bit too much time in their hands. Like, and I understand because listen, James Gunn's writing, directing it. He's the head of the guy.
Maybe wearing it so thin, maybe.
Maybe, but it should be if he's wearing it so thin. Tight it, make it shorter. Like you didn't need all of those things.
That's what I'm saying, and it's like I think he. Because I guess he's doing this and Superman at the same time, writing together or whatever he's doing, and it seems like he's more worried about setting up for Peacemaker the DC moving forward as opposed to finishing what he had in front.
Yes, yeah. This last episode felt very much I'm setting stuff up for future movies.
Correct.
Instead of let me finish up the season, and I think that is the biggest issue with the episode. If you're gonna, it's that I will give you that.
Because they still could have given us Salvation at the end, even
absolutely
an end credit scene. And showing the Salvation to set it up. You don't need Chris to be in. That was all there. So I think it was more worried about where we're going from here. All right, as opposed to end the show.
I would have also liked the fact that we didn't even address where the technology from the quantum enfolding chamber came from. Like, if we made it such a big issue about these nodes and these doors, like some sort of reference of where it came from, or and you have to give the answer, but just show the work about what is this? What are we using? Why are we using?
I agree. Or even if it would have been cool just starting out. The computer geeks from the Lex Luthor's team, they stole the technology, and Lex Luthor was all part of Luthor's plan to kind of put him in because he recommended that guy, the first guy to help the tech guy, right? Well, it was part of the plan to steal the technology.
Sure.
And then that would set up Salvation because, again, you said it in the storyline, he was in Salvation, right? Lex Luthor. He teams up whoever's in, whatever the case is, maybe bites off more than he can choose, partner up with Superman to stop it, which is, basis for the next film. That would have been more interesting too. And Rick Flag got duped. He's so blinded by the revenge actor, he didn't see what was coming.
And that's the thing too. If they would have hinted at Rick Flag is being played, he doesn't even know it. I think it needed a little bit of that. Because we know that he's being played because it's Lex Luthor.
Yeah, of course,
but
we know something.
Show us a little hint of there's more to come.
Exactly, or something there, and a Rick Flag doesn't have to start snorting coke with these guys. It could have been still Rick Flag.
Right.
You get duped, and now he's motivated to go after them and keep him in the good graces of the DCU. I think as a character. So it's very. As I'm saying, it was a very odd, disappointing in that sense. I think he bit off more than he could chew, honestly.
Yeah.
And he just do a good Peacemaker show. Don't worry about what happens after. You could have set up Salvation in the beginning of Superman if you want. We didn't need this. We don't need to have it set up in this show.
Right.
Am I wrong in that? We don't need to. At all. And that's the thing. They could have started off with
Salvation. They could have ended the show with them saying, we're looking for this, for that. And
exactly.
So that's the goal.
Yeah, and that would be
insinuate like they know it's gonna be a prison, but you don't know it's gonna be a prison yet. So you could do the thing where you end it on a happy ending, but with the ominous like there's things coming that's gonna be really bad.
correct, and you set that up going forward and give
Right.
us a nice good
Which
ending
is what
for
they
us.
kind of did with the first season of Peacemaker. It's a
Exactly, of
lot of like
course.
it's gonna get
Yeah,
worse
it's gonna
here,
get worse,
right?
but we knew as well. We know, but the plan was to do more peacemakers.
Right,
He said he doesn't even think it's gonna come back. Maybe they do, maybe it doesn't, but it's not in the plan. So
right.
give us the right ending for this show, particularly if you don't even think it's gonna come back again, right? If it comes back, maybe it doesn't, but if that's not part of the plan. He would have said, "Oh, we're having a season 3." It may
I
take
kind of feel with
it
this
may
ending,
take 4 or 5 years,
you gotta have a plan to either a season 3 or a movie like that. With this ending, it has to because
and I don't know, maybe or maybe he'll try to work it in. But again, it was. Like I said, from that sense, for me, that's why I'm kind of disappointed. It has some good stuff in there for sure.
right,
And you're right that I didn't think about the hour length, but you're right. 30 minutes. This should have been 30 minutes. I'll give you 100.
yeah,
Percent You're so
uh-huh,
right in that for sure. We didn't. There was 20 scenes in the boat. 1 or 2 scenes would have worked. Like a
right,
beginning, ending kind of sandwich on the
yeah.
boat. There's almost like 3 of them. I get it too long. And the burger place. It wasn't the right time for that in the
Right. Yeah.
finale. In the
Yeah.
finale to just give us all this time.
You know what? It would have been even interesting because there's so many breakaways in this episode. If they would have layered each episode with a little bit of the boat,
Yes, correct. Little by little until we finally
little
get
bit, little,
that
right?
scene with the kiss or
Uh huh.
whatever. Oh, okay, and that would have been cool.
Sure.
I guess it was odd. Like I said, the best was James Gunn was in this. It really was. It's a shame because overall the season was still very good.
Yeah, I still liked
Very
it.
good.
I
For
did
sure,
not know
for
there
sure.
was not going to be season 3. I thought there was going to be season 3, so I'm
Yeah,
surprised that happened. But
when he was talking about it, he's like maybe down the road, but it's not like it was not like he didn't say, "Oh, we're gonna do season 3," and he talked about maybe he's not sure, and that's what I'm saying. Why it's telling you that's not part of the plan.
sure. Well, he also
Could
said
could it be?
he's not going to do a
Sure.
second Superman, and now he's doing Man of Tomorrow. So clearly,
Clearly, like I said, it could change, but it wasn't
right.
an immediate plan. So his thought process was doing this, thinking there's no more peacemakers.
I'll tell you what, because
I
the
hope it changes.
reviews are so split, he's going to do season 3 just to show everyone. Like, I'll show you.
That's fine. Listen, please. I want
Because
to.
I'll tell you what, Peacemaker, they started filming that after Suicide Squad. So all he thought
Right,
was
correct.
Peacemaker, which is why
Sure.
season 1 is so tight.
Sure.
And
For
so
sure.
because
Yeah,
of
like I
that,
said, he's got a lot on his plate here, and he's trying to. You got to be careful with this. Something
right,
like you're so busy trying to set up, you forget. Can you just do one good show, one good
right.
movie, and then worry about the setup later, right? That's what after credits are for.
So
For the most
that's
part.
what I'm saying. So James Gunn, take it from us, or your friend Jose, and your adjacent
I'll call
friend
him. I'm
Eric, satellite friend Eric. After Man of Tomorrow, don't do anything else except Peacemaker season 3 and prove us wrong.
I would
Show
love to
us
see that.
how tight it is, and
I
then
would love
just
to see
okay
that.
other projects, but just do this.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And let someone else do the projects. He doesn't have to do everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't have to write everything. You're the head of the studio. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I get Superman. That was the right thing to do. Him to start setting his
absolutely.
tone. After that, you're the head. They let people do what they do. Bring in the right people.
Yeah,
This is what I want to see. I hope maybe you can help write it, but that's not your job anymore. You can't direct all these episodes and write all. It's just not. There's no time. It can't. It's a lot of work. Ask Kevin
you,
Feige when he gets
you
overwhelmed. What
could
happens to Kevin Feige?
you could when you were a director for hire. Now you're running a studio. You gotta
So I'm saying
piecemeal it.
priorities change. It's like, okay, now I have to put the people in place to
Uh huh.
execute my vision,
That's right.
right?
That's what you got to do.
He can't do 20. He can't. Right? So
If Kevin Feige during the pandemic has taught us anything, is you cannot delegate. You have to be involved in every project. So
exactly, be hands on to some degree. And if you're doing Superman, you can't really be involved with XXX, right?
right. And if you are,
you can now because you're
finish,
starting early, right?
right.
But
But if
once you
you
have
are,
like 4 or 5
finish
months,
the project first, get it done, and then go.
exactly. Because again, right now it's 1, 2 films. In a few years, there's going to be 3 or 4 films being
Sure.
in the pipeline, developed, being filmed. You got so many hours in the day. I'm saying we saw Kevin Feige plunder a little bit when they were doing too much.
Yeah.
Right. And he's an experienced studio head,
Exactly.
particularly at that time. With a
Yeah.
lot of
He
success, so.
he had 10 years of killing it before he lost
Right. That's what I'm
control.
saying. Things got too much, and then the whole house.
Now,
falls
mind
down,
you,
right?
this is only one episode at the end of a series, so it hasn't
No,
been a
of
longer
course,
bubble.
of course, no, of
But,
course not.
like,
It's
the
a fun for the series, but not for DC at all.
we're just reading the tea leaves here and saying, hey, you know, be conservative about where your efforts going.
Yes, be careful. Exactly. Don't do too much. We all love James Gunn.
Yeah, big fans, big fans.
Relax, just calm down. And I'll have a drink with him in the next flight. And I'll get him first class.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll toast it out. Say, listen, come here.
And tell them
We'll
about
talk.
Danger Squad too. That'd be great.
But that, of course, but then DCU somehow that could have been checkmate. It could have been.
That could have been Danger Squad as a
Hello.
team. That's great. Done. No problem.
And on that note, checkmate. Those are the nuggets for the week.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate all the support you always give us. Let us know what you thought about Peacemaker. Let us know what you think about I won't say the rebranding, but the branding of the Wonder Man series. Let us know what you thought about Tron. We want to hear from you guys. What you thought. Was the soundtrack that great? Was the movie mid? We want to know all from you. Once again, you guys follow us here on the Latin Nerd Network on YouTube. We have shows like Nerdsplaining, like Thanos' Choice, and the Watch List. More shows always to come. We promise. We're just very busy, but we're all working on it. Don't forget, talking about Danger Squad, dangersquad.com. My comic is available for purchase. It's digital and it's all there. So if you are a parent who has a nerdy kid, if you're a nerdy parent with a nerdy kid, if you're a nerdy person at all who just loves Goonies and Stranger Things, this is a book for you. Pick up Danger Squad. Number one is available on the website right now. And don't forget about ericthesilva.com, where my album Adorably Offensive is available. And also Bad Dads Podcast and Bad Dads Pod on all the social medias. Episode 1 is out, and we appreciate all the views we're getting. And don't forget to tell a friend, a parent, an uncle. We're all here for you. That's pretty much about it, guys. As always, I've been Eric De Silva. This has been Jose Romero. We have been Nerdsplaining. And if you don't know, now you know. Boom.
Boom.